Hey guys, and in today's video I want to talk about which fishing kayak is the best for your budget and what advantages and or pros and cons of each kayak. You can see here I have two fishing kayaks. This one is a classic kayak, it's Hobby Outback 2018, and this one is Slayer Propel 10. And I just briefly talk to you about advantages and disadvantages of each kayak. Know anything about kayaks at all and you don't know what to buy, and you've done lots of research and many kayaks looks good to you, tried them, they look good on the water, but you don't know how do they behave in the surf and which kayak is better for the ocean or which kayak is better for the lake. So if you don't know anything about about kayaks, in my opinion, the best kayak on the market right now is this one. That's Hobby Outback 2018. I think this model is much better than 2019 model for offshore fishing. And I'll tell you why. First of all, this kayak is a little bit narrower than 2019 model. It's 33 inches and I believe it handles current a little bit better. Also, it's lighter. It's 80 pounds and 2019 model I believe is 85 pounds. So it makes a big difference if you need to put this kayak on the top of your car or just fighting a current. Is much easier, I think, on this kayak. Another difference, this kayak is higher on the water. 2019 model is lower on the water. And why it's important? So, for example, if you're kayaking in the ocean and you get hit by the wave from the side, this kayak is much more stable. You will get less water going into your kayak and making it unstable in the surf or in the big waves. Another advantage of this kayak, you can see the stern of this kayak is kind of sharp. You can see the configuration of the stern. So if you get hit by the wave, from behind, this kayak kind of cut through the wave and you're not gonna get much water here. In 2019 model, the stern is kind of dull. So if you get hit by the wave from behind, the water goes all the way here and again makes this kayak very shaky and unstable. What also I like in this kayak, this is proven board. I've been in this board like 25 miles per hour wind, surf 4 or 5 feet waves, and this kayak does very well. I would definitely not suggest you to go in such weather offshore, but this kayak is really good for high wind, high current, or high wave situation. Now you would think that Pro Angler would be better because it's wider, and in my opinion, Pro Angler is not a good kayak for offshore fishing. First of all, it's too heavy, so it's hard to move this kayak against fast current. So again, this kayak is kind of cut through the water, You see how it's made. The shape is really good. And, it's not wide. And Pro Angler is a really wide kayak. So you need a lot of effort to pedal against the current. What also good in this kayak, you can see configuration of Mirage drive. And you can look here how it works basically. So if I'm fighting a big fish and fish goes under kayak, the only thing I need to do just extend my leg. So I extend my leg like that, and Mirage drive, it goes basically almost flat towards the board, you see. Also, it's good in if you paddling in a heavy grass or weed situation, it's much better than a propel drive. So what I really don't like about this kayak, first of all, it's pretty heavy. You need pretty significant effort to put this kayak on the top of your car. The seat here is very comfortable. It's nice seat. It's well made. Overall, it's very good quality kayak, and it's definitely worth the money. If you have a choice, if you don't know anything about kayak and you don't know what to buy, and you have money just for one kayak, I would buy definitely this kayak, 2018 Outback. Again, I believe it's the best kayak on the market currently. It's not on the market anymore, and unfortunately, I don't think Hobby did a good job by designing 2019 model. I would definitely not buy it. For the reason I explained above. So what I don't like about this kayak, it's pretty heavy. Mirage Drive, if you go into shallow water, you can just extend one leg as you're fighting a big fish, and what you can do just like kind of a small stroke to get out of shallow water, and obviously you can use your paddle as well. But Mirage Drive is pretty expensive, so if you break Mirage Drive, it's gonna be a big issue, and it's pretty easy to break. If you try to land your kayak in shallow water with Mirage Drive on. So it's pretty easy to pull out. So basically what I do in this surf, it's very easy to pull it out. Let's see. And then I connect it with bungee cord. I connect this bungee cord to Mirage Drive, so it's always secured, and it's not going anywhere. Connection set up, so I just kind of snap it and it's good to go. Now I'm going to talk about a little bit different kayak. This is Propel Slayer 10. I think it's a wonderful kayak. It costs around 2300, but I think it's a really great kayak for the money. What I really like about this kayak, it's very light. This kayak is just 60 pounds. It's very easy to put on the top of your car. It's very easy to carry with just one hand. Front hatch is really good. It's completely waterproof. I never had any issue with water being in my kayak, even in pretty choppy water. This kayak does pretty well in any kind of choppy water. It's great for any kind of bass fishing. It has plenty of space. It's very comfortable. It has very comfortable seat, and I'm 6 feet 3 inches, so I'm a pretty tall guy, and I'm 230 pounds. So and I never had any problems with this kayak. It's very comfortable, and if you need a kayak for inshore fishing, low current situation, low wind, this is perfect kayak for bass fishing, redfish fishing, trout fishing. I think that's the best one. I even fish with this kayak offshore, and I caught pretty good fish. I caught some mahi and tuna from this kayak, and it does pretty well. Now, what I don't like about this kayak performs really terrible in strong current. It's very hard to move it against the current. I think it's because it's pretty wide. You see, this kayak is wide. Also, if you compare to Hobby, you can see this kayak is much lower profile. And what does it mean? It's really not designed for the ocean. So if you fish offshore, you get hit by the waves. The water gonna be all inside your kayak. Obviously, it's gonna drain through the scupper holes, but for a fraction of seconds this kayak becomes very unstable, and sometimes it's enough to flip it. So also what I don't like this kayak about this kayak, you see how stern is made, and it's very dull when you compare to hobby. So when you hit by the waves from behind, this kayak again becomes very unstable for a fraction of a second. It's powered by propel drive, and it's a little bit different. It's pretty sturdy drive, and let me show you how it works. So it's probably about the same profile as Mirage Drive, might be just a little bit less. It's protected by this metallic part, and I never had problem with it. I think it works pretty well. Overall, I can tell you the plastic here is much thinner. It has this gear track system all over, everywhere. You can see, and it also has 3 rod holders, and you can put your bottle or cap here. And those rod holders pretty good. And here you can put, your keys. I think it's a pretty reliable catch as well. Here I can, and again I went offshore on this kayak, and I put my big fishing bag in this kayak, and I put my light well, and it performed pretty well. But again, I don't think this kayak is safe for offshore fishing. You can go out on really calm weather, but for the ocean, I would definitely prefer hobby. I just want to tell you my opinion about other kayaks that I have tried. I think Ocean Kayak Kraken is a really good kayak for surf fishing. You can put all your fishing rods inside this kayak and launch the surf. It's pretty light kayak when you compare it to hobby, so you cannot keep your hands free, and I think that's a big disadvantage. For bad weather fishing and launching high surf, ocean kayak such as Kraken, when you put all your rods inside, I think it's pretty good, because those rods, there's no room in hobby to put all those rods with big hooks when you go offshore. So I would use some kind of bag to do it. And in Kraken, it's much easier to put those rods inside. So if you don't mind paddling all the time and using your paddle, then maybe like kayaks such as Kraken or Stealth might be a good option for you for offshore fishing. But again, if you're completely new in this business, you don't know where to go, what to do, what kayak to buy, and you just need like a first kayak, probably Outback would be the best option. Outback 2018. Now let's talk about Pro Angler. In my opinion, Pro Angler is a completely useless kayak unless you want to bring all your room to the lake. I mean, it's a really wide kayak. It's too heavy for offshore fishing, because when you launch in the surf, you really need to get out fast. You need to pedal fast, and you need to turn your kayak fast. And it's hard to do with Pro Angler. Also, Pro Angler is too wide for offshore fishing. So if current is too strong, it's very, very hard to pedal Pro Angler. And I believe it's more unstable in high surf than Outback. It's also much more expensive and really heavy. You really need a trailer for this kayak. It's very hard to put this kayak on the top of your car. And with trailer, you will have very limited ability where you can go. You cannot go to public beaches because trailer parking might be prohibited. And Outback is still in the range. When you can put it on the top of your car, and you can pretty much launch from anywhere, from any public beach, you can launch from the places where regular boat cannot go. So that's the beauty of a kayak fishing, and obviously it's also very stealthy and very quiet. So you're not gonna spook fish before you catch it. Okay guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like it and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later.